Editing. That's how it works. Hello, welcome to a new program. This is a new show on this particular channel right here. This is a new one, and we're calling it Advanced Screening Adventures because I happened to see two advanced screened movies, which was like 3 or 4 days ago. So I'm really late to the jumping the gun on this one. So the two movies we're going to talk about today are. Okay, would you really? What is this? Come on, get up on the dual bed. Stay. Stay. All right. The two movies I saw are Smile and Amsterdam, and I have two very different opinions on these movies, and I realized I wanted to talk about both of them. And the format of I saw them both at advanced screenings was really nice. So let's start with the one I have the least to say about. Smile. It was pretty good. It was a nice psychological horror curse movie. Really good acting from the lead girl. I don't know what her name is, but she was wonderful in the movie. The director seems pretty competent. There's some really cool drone shots, some good jump scares actually. I usually hate jump scares, but again, they were, fairly good in this. So like, all in all, I have no complaints. Now let's get to the main event, Amsterdam. Now you might be saying, Bjorn, I've never heard of Amsterdam. I've never heard of this movie. Then you're me. Literally 4 days ago, before I saw Amsterdam at an advanced screening. This movie should be good. It has a star-studded cast. I mean, an amazing cast. You've got like Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, Rami Malek. Just everyone is in this thing. And like, I mean, that's not even everyone. Like, I'm just gonna put a list of just people who are in this thing. It's just everyone. Put them in. Yeah. I mean, a ridiculous amount of money must went into these actors, and I guess that's why none of the money went into the scripts or the directing or the actual acting talent. Because this movie sucks. Oh my god, it sucks. It sucks so bad. It's stinky, it's smelly, it's bad, but it's also really, really funny, completely not on purpose. This movie is so bad it's good. I found myself laughing a lot at the movie, never with it. Maybe like once or twice with it. There's actually a couple of good jokes, but pretty much everything in it is like, oh man, we're hipsters. We're so hip. We do zany things. Like what? What we make weird art. We make weird art. We make art out of shrapnel. We're zany. We're a little weird even. We're a little wacky. What's that? This is a wacky comedy? No, it's actually a dark and gritty historical drama with Nazis. But no, it's actually wacky. It's zany. It's a whodunit, We're having some fun here. And this movie goes nowhere. I mean, it meanders and builds up and drops plots and gains subplots. There's more subplots than Love on a Leash. This movie goes nowhere. It just throwing shit in the wall. And nothing is sticking. I really can't gush about this movie enough, so I've kind of got to get into some of the things that happen. About an hour and a half into the movie, we randomly cut from Margot Robbie and Christian Bale and the guy from Tenet and their wacky little adventure, and then all of a sudden they're exploring a sterilization center for African Americans funded by the Nazis, and this is like the tonal equivalent of a school shooting appearing in a Sesame Street film. It comes out of nowhere, and that's when the Nazis are revealed to be our main bad guys. Oh, spoilers, I guess, for Amsterdam, but honestly, I'm just gonna spoil the shit out of this movie. I don't really care. Y'all can just go see it. It really doesn't matter. There's a really, really funny part where they show a swastika on a front lawn of a house, and they just like they trimmed it into their hedges, and then one of the characters goes, "It's there so that only Nazis flying in airplanes would be able to see it." And I was like, well, that's not really how that works. I can see clearly that that's a swastika from the ground. And like that is like a summation. It's like a synopsis for the entire film, like a thesis statement. I kind of actually, I'll name one thing I like. I kind of really like Christian Bale's character. I feel like in a different movie he could have been kind of fun. And Christian Bale is a really, really good actor, but Margot Robbie's character is irredeemable. They keep talking about this weird bond they have in Amsterdam, which is like the name of the movie. It's like in reference to this bond they have, but it makes no sense, and I don't believe their friendship for even a second. There's like so many baffling scenes. Like there's a scene where Margaret Robbie runs away with Christian Bale and the other guy, whose name I cannot remember for the life of me, but he's the guy from Tenet. I'm so sorry. And they run away. They're running out, and then a bunch of French people are like, "Where are you going? You don't have a passport." And then they just like lock them in a door, and there's no consequences for this. And then they just hard cut. Oh my God, we have a house in Amsterdam now. And then all of a sudden they introduce the CIA and a bunch of like MI whatever spies from Britain, and it's like just part of the plot. Margot Robbie just knows these people, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, that's Michael Shannon and Mike Myers. Why are they in this? And you're like, the only explanation is that the director of this movie has some really, really raunchy blackmail. Oh my God. That's a joke for legal purposes. Director of Amsterdam, please don't sue me. I really like your movie. Probably not in the way you intended me to like it. And it ends with this speech where it's like, and we should choose love and hope and a better future for America, and like this really dramatic political speech. When that was not built up to at all. I can't shit you enough. This movie is a murder mystery that then randomly turns into a political drama, and the only consistency through it is bad acting and funny jokes. There's a scene where Taylor Swift gets shoved underneath the wheels of a car and gets run over. I laughed really hard because it looked really fake and it was really funny. And then immediately after that happens, one guy in the crowd who's a bad guy points and goes, "They did it." Even though everyone was looking, if you go back and look, and clearly he didn't do it. And it makes no sense. And then occasionally they'll have racism be a thing, like the characters will be racist, but then they'll have high society people never bring up the race of the main character, which honestly that's fine in a movie that hadn't brought up racism of the time. It's so inconsistent that it leaves you wondering like when it's set, even though I know it's set in an era when there was extremely systemized racism, which that's fine, you don't have to put that in a movie, but they put it in like half the movie and then not in the other half, so it makes you really like jarring like watch through of it. It's freaking baffling. And there's just a million characters in this, there's a million subplots, none of them go anywhere. The only other character I really enjoy is Anya Taylor-Joy's character. Oh yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy is also in this fucking movie. She's really funny. Like, everything she says and does is just really kind of funny, except this one joke at the end where she's really into this general. She wants to have sex with him. Not making this up. And he doesn't really reciprocate wanting to have sex with her. And so she keeps, like, trying to, like, flirt with him. And it's just really uncomfortable, and I don't think it was as funny as they intended it to. But her previous scenes where she, like, kind of hates her husband and hates his sister are really pretty funny. Everything else is really, really bad and weird. Yeah, this movie is like 2.5 hours of nothing, and by the end of it, you feel like you've had a religious experience. So I would give this a 3 or 4 out of 10 as an actual movie. As an entertaining, like kind of funny movie, maybe a 5 or a 6. There were some fairly unintentionally funny moments. For Smile, I'm going to give Smile like a 7 or an 8. I thought it was a pretty solid horror movie. It's right up my alley. It's the kind of movie I really like. So I vibed with it. And that's it. That's the first episode of Advanced Screening Adventures. Next time we get an advanced screening, we'll probably get another episode of this. So look forward to that. This week I have the next Suicide Squad video coming out, probably Friday. And then I have a really big video I've been working on for a couple months now. The Wheel of Time review, because I have a lot of shit to say about the Wheel of Time show. And that one's going to be huge. I think that's going to be my next video after the next Suicide Squad video. You can probably expect that in like a month. Maybe a month and a half. Oh well, catch y'all later. Oh hey, it's me again. What's up? You thought I was gone? I lied. It was a trick. Remember to like and subscribe.